The Curse of the Mirror. Reflections of the unknown. Imagine a mirror that reflects much more than just your image. It reveals secrets, pains, and perhaps something you never wanted to know. Now picture this inside an abandoned house in a small town forgotten by time. The last person who dared to face its reflection mysteriously disappeared. They say the mirror holds a curse as old as the house itself. And what if this artifact had the power to imprison souls? Once you look deeply into it, something looks back. Evelyn Blackthorne, a woman surrounded by mysteries and rumors of witchcraft, was the last known owner of the mirror. Her death under macabre circumstances left a legacy of fear in the small town of New Haven. The story you are about to hear might change the way you view your reflection forever. In the quiet and mysterious town of New Haven, the Blackthorne House is at the center of local legends. Abandoned for over a century, its dark presence dominates the landscape. According to stories whispered among the townsfolk, the mirror in the main room is not just an object, but a window to something much darker. Those who dare to enter the house report a cold presence and whispers that seem to come from the walls. The last person to enter the house and leave alive was an urban explorer named Mark, who vanished just days after his visit. His only shared memory was a blurry photo of the mirror, showing what seemed to be a strange face in the background. This only fueled the rumors and kept the curious away, until a group of young people decided to challenge their fear. Echoes of the Blackthorne House. New Haven is a secluded town, surrounded by dense forests and filled with urban legends that even the most skeptical locals fear. At the heart of the town stands the Blackthorne House, a Victorian mansion abandoned for over a century. The Blackthorne family mysteriously disappeared, and since then, it is said that the mirror in the main room holds disturbing secrets. Mia, a journalism student, decides to investigate the legend for a documentary. Determined and curious, she teams up with Ben, a skeptical scientist who doesn't believe in the supernatural, Clara, a horror story enthusiast, and Lucas, an amateur cameraman obsessed with capturing the inexplicable. The group believes exposing the mirror story could be their big opportunity to go viral on the internet. As they enter the house, the atmosphere envelopes them with a heavy and unsettling presence. The sound of their footsteps echoes through the empty corridors, blending with distant whispers they insist on ignoring. When they find the mirror in the main room, they realize that something is deeply wrong. The reflections in the glass seem different, slightly distorted, as though they are alive. As Lucas adjusts his camera, Mia finds an old photo in a dark corner of the room. The image shows Evelyn Blackthorne next to a mirror identical to the one before them. On the back of the photo, there is a scribbled phrase, "Do not trust what you see." These words echo in Mia's mind as Clara dangerously approaches the mirror to examine the details in its frame. The mirror's call. The first to notice something strange is Mia. She observes that her reflection blinks a fraction of a second after she does. Ben insists it's just an optical effect, but when Clara approaches, her reflection smiles sinisterly, even though she isn't smiling. Lucas records everything with his camera, but the footage also shows shadows moving in the background, where there should be nothing. While exploring the house, they find an old diary belonging to Evelyn Blackthorne. The pages describe dark rituals and the creation of a soul-trapping mirror. Evelyn believed the mirror could contain souls and was a gateway to another dimension. The warnings in the diary are clear. Never look directly into your reflection's eyes. It is waiting. Intrigued, Clara decides to touch the mirror to prove it's all just stories. The moment her fingers touch the glass, she disappears in a flash of light. Her scream echoes through the house, but the group cannot find her. Only her reflection remains in the mirror, staring back at them. Lucas tries to use his camera to capture what happened, but the lens fogs up every time he points it at the mirror. Mia, desperate, begins to flip through the diary frantically, searching for any clue that might bring Clara back. Ben, still skeptical, tries to rationalize the situation, but even he feels the oppressive weight of the place. The dark revelation. Desperate, Mia, Ben, and Lucas try to unravel the mystery to save Clara. While reviewing the footage, Lucas notices something in the reflections that doesn't match reality. The mirror seems to show images of another dimension, where Clara is trapped, surrounded by moving shadows. Ben finds more hidden pages in Evelyn's diary, revealing that the mirror was created to imprison those who threatened the Blackthorn family. He discovers that the only way to free his soul is through a dangerous ritual that involves confronting one's own reflection. As they attempt to perform the ritual, Ben is sucked into the mirror, leaving Mia and Lucas alone. They realize that the mirror is gaining power with each soul it captures. Mia recalls the words in the diary. The truth lies in what you do not see. The reflection of truth. As they try to destroy the mirror, Mia and Lucas are confronted by their reflections, which begin to speak independently of them. The reflections reveal dark secrets from their lives and try to convince them to give up. Lucas, in a moment of weakness, believes what his reflection tells him and approaches the mirror, disappearing instantly. Mia, now alone, realizes she must use a second mirror to create a paradox and neutralize the power of the cursed mirror. Struggling, she positions a small pocket mirror to reflect the larger one. The main mirror begins to emit a deafening sound as cracks appear in its surface. Just as the mirror is about to shatter, Mia sees Clara, Ben, and Lucas in their reflections, screaming for help. But the mirror shatters, leaving only silence and darkness in the room. The curse continues. Mia leaves the house carrying the small pocket mirror, but the feeling of unease remains. As she walks through the forest, she hears whispers around her, followed by distant laughter. When she looks again at the pocket mirror, a chill runs down her spine. Clara's reflection briefly appears, her vacant and pleading gaze. When she tries to discard it, the pocket mirror simply reappears in her backpack. With each glance, the reflections show more disturbing details. Shadowy figures watching from afar, familiar faces trapped in an endless void. Mia begins to question whether she will ever escape the mirror's grasp. Back at the Blackthorn house, Lucas's camera, left behind, records alone. In the last seconds of the footage, an indistinct shadow crosses the wreckage of the larger mirror and slowly walks toward the camera before the screen fades to black. In the ensuing silence, a soft whisper echoes. What would you do if your reflection was no longer just yours? Did Mia truly escape? Or did the mirror find a new victim to carry its curse forward?